Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. I'm Cecilia from Scientist Plans, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you how I've been using my Hobonichi Techo in an A6 size to work. So this planner, it's not new to me. I've been testing around in different ways to use it. You can check my previous video. I'll put the link in the description box. And what I've been loving about it is because it's very small and portable, and it's a daily planner. So I think it's very useful if you're looking for something for work, and it's simple for you to just jot down some of your tasks and keep some sort of archive and some of your informations organized. So just to quickly show you the setup, this is a cover that you can get also from Hobonichi, and it has this plastic cover on cover. You're seeing here an acetate with letters. This is from Michaels, and I just decided to put some stickers just for the sake of some decoration and some motivation. Here in the pockets inside, I have just some cards for, motivation things, and I have sticky notes. Here you will see you have calendar. I have here my key of my bullet journal, and I'm gonna be talking about a bit more. And you have a year at glance that you can use, for instance, as an index. And I'm not really using it as much right now. I'm trying to keep track of things, but this is really nice if you want to have an index. And then here are the monthly views, and here's how October was, and here's how November is going. So I already have things that are scheduled, and I already have a couple things scheduled for December as well. So this is really being very useful. So here, for instance, the day of today. So today is the 9th of November, Monday. I'm working from home, so my list is a little bit smaller than compared to days where I go to the lab. Like I'm gonna go to the lab tomorrow, and here are all the things that I have to do. When I started using this planner for work, I didn't have all the keys and those like symbols organized in a sense of helping me to quickly identify what this information was. I was basically just putting dots and writing things down, and it could be related to a meeting that I was attending. It could be just something I want to remember, and I was just writing everything. It was neat to see. I mean, it's organized, but when I would go back to my notes, I had to go through it to understand, is this about a meeting? What is that note about that experiment, about that result, or about the thought that I have that I had to do? And then it was when it hit me like, although things seem organized, they look organized and clean, which is great for me, for work, I still need to make it better and more functional so that I can quickly get the information. I need to be able to find my information here in an easier way, because I cannot be like flipping pages and read everything, especially if you're like me, that you don't want to be putting different colors or using other stuff. So I thought, okay, maybe I should use some keys, some signifiers like the bullet journal method says. And this way, I think I'm gonna be taking much more out of this planner, and it's gonna help me a lot. So I tried first to come up with my key, with my code. So I'll have like circle, dots, asterisk, some triangles, some other like arrows and things, but then it was getting a little bit complicated as I was like trying to think of what I need, and I said, okay, this is not really working. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna go back to the book and see exactly how Ryder Carroll described the method, because I read this book last year, but I never really dive into the bullet journal method as it is. I did try to do some bullet journaling, but I think I was like drawn to the aesthetic and artistic side of it, although it didn't really work quite well for me, because I didn't really like to setting up pages in advance. So using a planner that has already the pages dated and it has monthly calendars is what I like to use. But I went back to the bullet journal method and I said, you know what, let me read it again to get some more ideas and not to be lost. And so here is just a page that show you the key concepts. So those are let's say the important spreads that you would look for in your bullet journal. If you have like a notebook that you are drawing yourself, the spreads, I mean, this page really helps you to understand what each section is made for. But I wanted just to show you here the concepts and the signifiers and all these key little things that you could put to help you understand what exactly is it that you are writing. So because I'm using a daily planner, these pages are like my daily logs. So the daily logs, as it says, serves as your catch-all for rapid logging your thoughts throughout each day. And then you would do it in a way that they call it rapid logging, which is using short form notation paired with symbols to quickly capture, categorize, and prioritize your thoughts into notes, events, and tasks. So when I was doing my thing, I didn't only had notes, events, and tasks. I had a lot of stuff and it was getting super complicated. And I was like, yeah, let me just focus on notes, events, and tasks. So although I'm not really using the same symbols that are here, kind of, but it was good to me to read it again and get this concept and maybe like suck a bit of the simplicity that the bullet journal method want you to have when you deal with all of the tasks that you want. So I think it's a nice read. I read it again like in one sit. It was just like a Friday night. And this page, like, it gives you a full idea of what you can get from it. So after I read this, I went back here and I said, okay, let me simplify this unrealistic list of signifiers. And I came back with a much simpler thing to me. So I have like a circle, which is an event. And then I decided to write all my titles in capital letters so that it's easier for me to understand what it is. But to me, because I'm either working from home or working in the lab, it will be simple for me to put an event like a lab shift. I'm going to the lab this day, and what exactly do I have to do? And then I put a lot of dots. So those dots are tasks, what I have to do. If I completed this task, I go and I cross it. If for some circumstance and the task is removed, is no longer relevant or is canceled, I cross it off. And if I didn't do this task on that day, but I'm gonna do it in another day, so you migrated that task to another day and forward, so I'll put the arrow to that side. Or if I don't know exactly when I'm gonna do it, but I'm totally gonna do it, I'm just gonna put maybe on a monthly list, then it's like migrated to the future log, so to my calendar. So I put the arrow to the left. But what is also important to me, because I have a lot of things to do throughout my day, I want to know what are the priorities, what are the things that I absolutely need to do on that day, so that I could mark with an asterisk next to it. So here on the Hobonichi, you see that there is like a line in here, which is made basically for you to have like the time here. So it's divided here on the 12, but I'm ignoring it. I'm not really blocking any time. So I'm just using this line, and then I would mark with an asterisk here. Like, this is the priority. And sometimes I have some notes and important information that I need to remember, which are, because this is for work, it's related to, I don't know, a result of an experiment or something. I have to talk to someone, I don't know. So I just mark this triangle with an exclamation point. And then if there is like an outcome or important comment, I'll put an arrow. So this is most likely notes. So I said, okay, now I have my signifiers, my new key. So let's try it out. So what I did I came back to my planner. So I had it on my Hobonichi weeks, and I wrote it again, like things that happen, so that I could test it out, how it would look like, for instance. So here I had the lab meeting and I did go, so I crossed it off. Those are the tasks that I had to do. Those two here were the most important ones, so my priorities, and then I crossed it off. Something didn't happen, I'm not gonna do it again, is no longer a priority, so I just crossed it off. And there was a meeting, some notes that I took from the meeting, and some important notes. So I thought, okay, it seems to be working, it seems simple, so that's what I was doing. And I think I did for a couple more days in here just to test. So I really suggest that you guys test it out. Once you establish your key or your code, your signifiers, how you're going to use it, just go back to, I mean, if you don't have a planner that you were using before, just imagine how it was your day yesterday, because then you would remember, and then write it down. But to me, because I was already using other planners, I just copy it to see if it would get more organized and if I would find my information easily. And it did work. So this is how I've been using. And I was telling you, I'm using a couple markers sometimes, just if something that I already did is already crossed off, but I need for some reason to, I don't know, talk about it, call someone. So here I had to start some experiment with my assistant, but I wanted to talk to her about something. So I just marked with the blue one, with the highlighter, just to remember me that I wanted to talk to her a bit more. I am using the stickers on top to put like something that I want to stick out from the day. Like if I have here, I'll have a lab shift on this day, I want to remember. Here I highlighted that we were submitting. It was something to do with a book chapter that we were writing. So I just put here what exactly it was. So here I put like I have to work on the book chapter. I have a lab meeting. Here it said that my cells were not growing so well. So this was to me to remember. Probably I contacted the person. So here I said I have to finish the abstract for the book. I have to check progenitor. So there are different ways to highlight something that is important to you. You absolutely don't need to put stickers. You can just write on top, or you could just put an asterisk or an observation here. I think that there is a lot of space depending on how your day is and how you want to organize your ideas and tasks and thoughts. So this is basically working as a notebook, as if I have like a tiny notebook and I write in here, things are not in order. So that's why it is important to me to put the asterisk when something is priority, because then I would know. On Sundays, I am writing like a master list for the week, just because normally I don't work on Sundays. I do work on Saturdays, but not on Sundays. So on Sundays, I do like a this week list, and I put everything here. And then as the tasks are being migrated to the specific day, I just mark it here. Like this, I know. So this day I was off, so I just wrote day off, so nothing was happening. And here again, I think I was like getting a little bit more into the groove of my own signifiers and keys, and it worked really well. So here I have, for instance, I have to send emails to all these people here. I have all this data to check, and here I have what I have to do during my lab shift. And I marked what were my priorities, what I had to do either first or make sure to do it because I didn't want to do it that day. And here you can see some of a couple things were migrated to do on another day. So this is also nice for me to know sometimes when did I do it. And then I look here, okay, so that thing I have to migrate to another day. Let's say you have this week, you have this list, sorry, at the beginning of your day or at the day, goes by the end of the day or by the end of your working hours. You want to know things that get done and things that you didn't do. It's a nice process to start migrating your tasks. So for instance, a couple things I didn't do, and then I only marked in here because I already migrated it. So that means it went to another day. And here there's something that is not marked. That means I didn't do it. But yeah, so this has been working really, really well. And here's how November is coming. So I'm again, same thing. And it's been really nice. It's a small book. Maybe it might be not enough space for some of you. So you might think you could get a bigger book to do it. Not necessarily needs to be the Hobonichi A6. But to me, it's more about, I really love this paper. This paper is super thin. I love it a lot. I had already hanging here in my house, so I thought, why not? And it has already the monthly view set it up for you, and it has already the year glance set it up for you. So really nice. But as I was saying, you can just get any notebook and do it. So this is a Leutrum, I don't know how to say it. It's an A5 size, so it's nice for you to compare. So let's compare. So this is how the A5 compared to the A6. And you can for sure just use this as your bullet journal. You can come here and do your list. The only thing is it's a notebook, so you're gonna have to put the dates. And to me, that stresses me, because then I don't know, I have to date everything in advance or date everything for the week, which I not necessarily love. I prefer to have the dates already set, because once I know when things are happening, I do come in and I write down, like I have a shift on December 12th, I think. Yeah, and I already wrote down because I want to make sure I'm gonna do it. I cannot forget this. So it's really up to you what is the format that serves you the best and what you would enjoy. I am really loving this size. I never thought I would enjoy this much an A6 size, because I thought at first it was small. Initially, I got it for journaling, and I was like, I need more space. This is not enough space. But now it seems like it's just the right amount of space that I need for work. A couple days, it gets like almost to the end, but it never happened yet that I ran out of space. For now, for now. You never know. In the future, it might change, but for now it seems really nice. And then there's another planner where you could do it in any planner, but as I said in a couple other videos, I want to use the pages on the back of the Hobonichi weeks. So this is a Hobonichi weeks as a bullet journal, because you have all of these note pages in the back. And then for 2021, I got the mega weeks, which means instead of the 70 something pages, you get 200 something, because the Hobonichi weeks is a weekly planner. So here you have the different days and one page that you can put notes and a lot of things. You could also do your daily here. And in this case, it doesn't bother me as much as a notebook, although here is not dated, because you already have your planner here. So you have your weeks, you have your weekly spread, you have your monthly spread if you want to. So this is December, this is November. So in this one, I'm getting a little bit more creative and decorative with it. So you have all the dates here. So to me, it helps me to understand where I am, if it makes any sense. When I try to do the bullet journal, like setting up all the spreads by myself on a notebook, I felt completely lost and it didn't work for me, but I love it. I mean, I watched a ton of videos on YouTube showing how people are setting up the bullet journals. I do love the creative process, but somehow that doesn't work for me. I need the dates to be already here. I need the spreads to be already set up, and I go around it and I just establish what I want. So whenever I feel like I need a bit more space for my dailies, I would totally do this bullet journal on the notes pages of the Hobonichi weeks. And Hobonichi weeks is also like small and portable, although it's a little taller, but it's narrower. So those are the possibilities as well. So that's it. This is how I'm using this book for work together with the bullet journal method, and it's really been helping me a lot to have my things in order, to have my list, to have like a clear task list of things that I have to do, and importantly, to find my information, because I do need to go back to it and see how things got done. And it's a clear list that is not like distracting me, is not overwhelming me. And also it's been fun to use this tiny book, as I really like it. So I hope it helps you somehow if you are interested in bullet journaling a bit differently using a planner instead of a notebook and setting it all up. But I recommend going through the book and getting the ideas from here, because this is for sure my interpretation and the way that I am modifying the method to help my needs. But I'm happy to share with you. So if you have any questions, you have new ideas, and if you're also using a bullet journal, not only on a Hobonichi, but in another planner, I love to know. So let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I see you next time. Bye.